Angeles, please take your seats. Put your hands together for the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Celestino. How's it going, everybody? I've had some weird stuff happen to me lately. I had a homeless guy ask me for the time, which kind of threw me off because I was already like patting down my pockets as I approached him. And then I heard what he was asking for, and I thought, I can do that. It's 7:30. And then for the rest of the day, I felt like a fucking humanitarian. This man was in need, and I helped him. He had so little, and I had so much. I really stepped up, and I stopped wearing a watch, because who needs that, really? I saw an ad for mattresses. And the ad said, come down to our store, you can get the same top quality mattresses for a fraction of the cost. And I started thinking, what if you got down there and the fraction turned out to be like 99/100ths? That's just not a very good deal. And then even worse, what if the fraction was like 15/8ths? That's awful, then you're just paying more. That's the same top quality mattress at an improper fraction of the cost. I asked somebody what their favorite kind of music was, and they told me Christian rock, which, like anyone else in that situation, I asked them what other kind of music they like. And they said that was it, they're Christian, and they only listen to Christian rock. And I thought that was odd because I have never once based my musical taste on subject matter. I mean, I get it, you like Jesus and you like songs about Jesus, but that's like if I was a boating enthusiast and I also only ever listened to songs about boats. You would find that odd, wouldn't it? Yes. And then, there's also a radio station that just plays Christian rock music. But, put yourself in the same situation. It's like, you're listening to KBOT The Boat. That was Sloop John B. And up next we've got Downeaster Alexa. Just a reminder, folks, please stop calling in requests for Yellow Submarine. That does not count. Floating on top of the water only. I really want to thank all you guys for coming out. I really, really appreciate it. Rob and I started working on this little project a little over a year ago, and when I approached him about it, it wasn't really supposed to be a big deal. It was going to be put up on the internet very quickly after we started it, and then, I don't want to speak for both of us, but I will. We kind of both had a little bit of a rough year, and it took a little bit longer than we had planned, and I think it got to the point this spring where we kind of said, fuck it, let's finish it. And we finally did, and I think we were both just so proud of having completed something that we wanted to show it to an audience, and that's why we're here tonight. But first, as kind of a warm-up, I do want to bring to the stage a very good friend of mine for almost 12 years now, which is incredible. And he's become something of a rising star in the LA comedy scene. Are you not? Are you insulted? Anyway, very, very, very funny man. Please give a warm welcome to my friend and yours, Mr. Paul Cibis.
Everybody, keep it going. The man who said, "Fuck it, let's finish this." And then he and Rob, spam, fists together, muscles glistening. Rock music started, montage, welding torches, they're hammering something. And now we're here. Thank you guys for being here. Yes, I am rising comedy star Paul Cibis. As far as you know. So, guys, I am 30 years old, which not that old in the grand scheme of things. I realize that, but I keep feeling like at 30, it's time for me to get my life together. I feel like at 30, I should finally be able to look at myself in the mirror and say Candyman 5 times. It's time. It's time. But today, instead of getting my life together, I just listened to the Spider-Man theme song over and over again on my iPod, because I am awesome like that. The old school Spider-Man theme, the one that goes, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. We're probably all familiar. If you're not, there is a line in that song that I love where it goes, is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Look out, here comes Spider-Man. I really like that line because radioactive blood doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. So, there are then 2 ways that you can interpret that little back and forth. The first way, is he strong? He's got radioactive blood. He can lift a car. Yeah, he's pretty fucking strong. And the other way, is he strong? He's got radioactive blood. He's very, very sick. He can barely get out of bed. You are an asshole. Good day, sir. The Spider-Man theme. I have horrible garbage like that on my iPod, and it's actually, I think it might be a common fear in this day and age that we all share. I live in terror of people discovering the horrible, horrible songs that are on my iPod. Like, to the point where every time somebody starts looking through my iPod, I feel like I'm in one of those movies where I'm hiding a corpse in my house. And I gotta play it cool while the cops are snooping around. Only in this case, the corpse is a playlist of Avril Lavigne songs. And just if my iPod had a crawl space, just stuffed right in there. And the cops are my friend who's sitting in the passenger seat of my car, just kind of flipping through the thing. And what they don't know is my hand is closing around a tire iron under my seat. Just waiting for the moment when I hear them go, "Skater boy, really?" And then just clang. You shouldn't have looked. I didn't want to do that. Why'd you make me do that? Speaking of music, here's a question for the ladies. Ladies, is there an age at which the acoustic guitar stops working on you? I really need to know this. I know so many guys that learned how to play the guitar just to pick up chicks. They only ever learned 3 songs. 2 of them are by Dave Matthews. Yeah, they've been running this scam since they were 15, and it still works. It still works. Is there an age, ladies, where your brain finally just changes and you wake up and go, crash into me? Really? Grow up. Get a life, pal. When does acoustic guitar menopause set in? That's what I need to know. I am unemployed. Thank you. Yeah, living off the government teat. It is fantastic. I'm trying to fix the situation though. I'm going out on job interviews. I'm getting asked all those job interview questions, like one of the big ones is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years? And I gotta tell you guys, at this point, coma's looking real good. Oh, I think it would be so great to be in a coma. When you wake up in the morning and your alarm's going off, and you hit the snooze button, and you roll back over. You know how good those 9 minutes feel? Imagine that stretched out to 9 years. That would be a coma. You get to sleep, and nobody's bothering you about anything. You know, nobody wants a ride to the airport. You know, nobody's like, hey, can you take this thing over to the guy with the whatever? You know, the most anybody's going to ask you to do in a coma is squeeze my hand if you can hear me. And you don't have to do that. That is completely optional. Completely. I'm not afraid of a coma. I do have some weird fears though. Like I'm a dog person. I love dogs, but there's always, I think, this weird tension between dogs and dog owners that freaks me out. And that tension is, if I die alone in this apartment, how long will it be before this dog eats me? Because, you know, if you die in your apartment and you just fall over on the floor, the dog's going to think you're playing it first. It's going to be like, hey, what are you doing on the floor? You want to throw the ball? Huh? And then you're not going to say anything because you're dead. And the dog's going to get bored. It's going to walk away. Sometime later, that dog's going to come back in the room and just think, hey, who left all this meat on the floor? How long is that window? And they need to tell you that. Like, when you buy the dog, they need to be like, this is a puggle. It's a hybrid between a pug and a beagle, and if you die alone in your apartment, it will be 4 hours before it eats your face. Here you go. Have a nice day. Yeah, my other big fear, and I know this is weird, but it just sends me into a white-knuckle panic spiral every time, is if I'm in a restaurant with a big group of friends, we're all at a table, and then the waiter brings our food over, and nobody claims it. I know it's weird, but I don't know what it is. If the waiter has to say the name of the thing he is holding more than twice, I lose my goddamn mind. You know, I start screaming at everyone at the table like, Chinese chicken salad, people! Who ordered it? Are the waiter and I ghosts? What's happening? And it's just, you know, we look like idiots because we can't get our shit together, and he's gonna get in trouble if he has to take all this food back. I'm always just this close to grabbing everything from him. It's like, that's mine, I ordered that. I ordered that too, give it. I will eat 5 meals just to avoid looking like an idiot in front of this person I've never met before. And it is because I live my life by a code, WWJMMD. What would Japanese middle management do? Exactly. You would be shocked how often the answer to that question is, eat it out of shame and obligation. Comes up a lot. A lot. I'm in a relationship with a lovely girl at the moment. She got a little mad at me though recently because I didn't know when her birthday was. I didn't miss it. I didn't forget it. I just didn't know when it was, so I had to ask to make sure I didn't miss it. And she got mad at me because I didn't know, and I'm a bad boyfriend. And I had to explain to her, sweetie, I don't know when anybody's birthday is. All right, I know 2 birthdays. I know my birthday, October 23rd, check the Amazon wish list. And I know my father's birthday, November 5th. And the reason I know that is not because he's my father. It's because November 5th is the day that Marty McFly goes back in time in Back to the Future. That's the only reason I know my dad's birthday. If I have to recall that information, I have to do that Back to the Future math. You know, I have to be like, oh, Marty McFly's capacitors. November 5th. That's so I had to explain to my girlfriend, sweetie, I'm not a bad boyfriend. I'm a bad person. Right? It is all-encompassing.